What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of In Conversation. And we are in my Holi-YAY series. So as you can see, I have my beautiful, glamorous Christmas tree behind me. We have Christmas lights. There's other decorations. What's up? Thank you guys for joining. I see Trader Joe's Bay. Thank y'all. Appreciate it. So today is the third episode in my Holi-YAY Edition, and I'm super excited to have two small business owners with some really dope products. The first one is going to be Ayana, and she has a brand called Fro the People, and this is one of her shirts. Hella Howard in the back. Here's 20. I really love her stuff. I obviously am biased because I'm Bison, but she has other great products that are not specifically Howard focused, so we'll talk to her about her business, creating the products and everything. My second visitor is my cousin, who is named Glenn, and his company, Woollylocks, specializes in lock socks, head wraps, and headbands, among other things. He actually hand makes all of the pieces in his home, so we will be talking to him as well. So I'm really excited to just get into this. So let me go ahead and add in Ayana. We can get started with this dope conversation. Here we go. Guest tonight. I'm super excited. Hopefully you guys are able to get into the holiday spirit. I know it's been an interesting year. Hey, girl.
Hi, how are
I'm
you?
great. How are you?
I'm good. Super excited.
Great. I'm so glad to have you. And see, it cut me off, but I'm wearing, you see, I got on my,
Okay. Me too. I'm wearing something too. I got my two black on.
yeah,
What?
yeah.
Thank you for the support.
Of course, I love your products. I was just saying,
Thank
like,
you.
and every time you drop something else, I'm like, no, something else I want to buy.
Right. I'm super grateful because really I always make the designs off something I will wear. So I'm happy that people connect with the same vibe that I
Yeah.
have going on and support the brand.
Awesome. So let's just get right into it. So how did you even start creating your designs? Like, what's your story, where, background to where you are now?
Well, I'll start off with I'm originally from Phoenix, Arizona, which is not, well, when I was there growing up, it wasn't really diverse. So I've always been like a creative person when it comes to Black culture and things like that. And then my father also was West African. He's from a small country called the Gambia. So I've always had like a little Afrocentric piece to me as well.
Okay.
But the designs itself, I've always been a very opinionated person, but I always find creative ways to express myself because I'm very introverted, or I like to believe I am. So whether it's like through poetry or music, this is a great way to do it. How I came to the business though, I went to Howard. That's why I live in the DC area. I just stayed, right? And then I went to University of Maryland, University College, and got my master's. But I did attempt to relocate to New York because I was in this whole fashion vibe for a second, just going to Howard and being in DC. And I got sent to the FIT, and I was like, cool, I'm gonna go to FIT, and I'm gonna be a buyer of fragrances or watches or something like that. But I really wanted to be a buyer. And that was around the same time they had that big hurricane in New York.
Sandy. Yep.
So yeah, so I definitely stayed here. I just did classes online. I didn't finish. I did I did 90% of my program. I have 6 credits left to finish at FIT, but I never finished. And I had my daughter, and so things just shifted. My whole life changed. But I always still had that creative component to me, and I've always wanted to do something creative that included fashion, music, photography, and also apparel. So while being a mother, I initially created a little ebook on Amazon. So that's when the design started. And then after those 2 ebooks, I was like, I'm gonna do something else too. I'm not sure. And so I initially had an idea, some project called Black Ivy League. That was definitely a dream ahead of itself. I wanted to do everything, music, DJing, little short reels. It was just something that when I wrote down, I was like, this is not gonna work for one person. That's not gonna work. Dial it back. And then I started For the People. But to be honest, it initially started in 2017 as One Look, One Book. I was interviewed by a magazine called Purposely Awakened, I believe. And One Look, One Book was basically, I'm selling shirts, simple black and white styles, but different fonts like I have right now. Mm-hmm. But whenever you purchase a look, I donate a book to a needy community.
Oh, nice.
And it was the same kind of vibe, like my 6 different, my first collection was called Squad Goals, and it was like a pillar on stay positive, no, stay black, be proud, stay humble, stay conscious, buy black, give back. So same kind of vibe I have for Fro the People. But I didn't like the name, so I changed it. And that's one thing about being a creative, like there are levels to this where you start projects and then you just change it and people are like, what happened to that project? Right.
Like, wait.
Exactly. But I was lucky that some people like stayed with me. So I switched from One Look, One Book in 2017, 2018 to Hella Happy. And Hella Happy was like I was incorporating the same things from One Look, One Book, but also like adding a mindful component to it where you like celebrating your happiness as well as your blackness. Oh, and nice. Like positive statements. And then I had like incorporated some kind of text line where I would like send out a positive like African proverb or quote to the text group, and then a song of choice that day. But that became too much because I'm also a full-time mother. I'm a single mother, a full-time parent, and so working and doing all that was a little bit too much to handle. And so I went back to the drawing board and I just remixed all those different ideas together and came up with frothepeople.com. And that's where we are now.
Okay, so what's the name mean? How did you get to the name of Fro the People?
I wanted to play on like, I went natural when I was pregnant, and I started like just falling in love with like, you know, just afros and just Afrocentric things and like just people of the diaspora and different cultures, not just like, you know, here in America, but like, you know, abroad. Like I really have an obsession with Cuba. So just Afro people was like something that I'm just obsessed with. So that came to the name. I'm for the people. I'm Fro the People. So that's where I got it from.
Okay, I like it. I like it.
Thank you.
Feel free to drop questions in either in the question box or in the comments. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you so much for the support, everyone.
So I've noticed that you sort of have different releases. And what kind of inspires those? Like I know, well, this one I have now is obviously the election, but what's figuring out when you drop what?
Honestly, I just go with the flow. Like I'm an emotional creative. That's like usually how everything comes from, like a situation, whether it's like pop culture, what's going on in the news, or something I'm reading or something I'm watching. Like sometimes I get ideas from watching like ratchet reality TV. I'm like, well, that was actually a good situation. Like I have an idea now, you know? So it really doesn't, there's like no rhyme or reason to it. Like, I would say like my popular seller is the one I'm wearing right now, Too Black. And that's just from everything that was going on like in the news and that still goes on right now with like the protest and just, you know, the Crown app with the hair. And it was just like, I'm also black. Like I'm basically happy, but I'm also black. I'm celebrating my happiness and my blackness at the same blank time, you know? But yeah, I mean, of course, like Kamala, I had a support. I have like a bunch of like bison items on the site, and I always tell everybody it's not a bison store. I have other things on there for everyone, you know.
It's so, but the Howard stuff I wear. I have the black and white Hella Howard.
Yes.
Like a month ago, I went to like the bank down the street, and I walked in, and one of the personal bankers was like, "Hey, it's you," and I was like, "Clearly, he went to Howard because only Howard people know how to say that." And then I got to tell her, and she was like, "Ooh, I like that shirt. I gotta get that shirt." And I was like, "Oh, you went to Howard?" So we started talking. She's like, "Yeah, my college."
Good.
With like 2 people in the bank down the street that went to Howard, but it's such
that.
People love it.
I love that, and I mean, the Hella Howard that came from my dad. I mean, although I'm from Phoenix, my dad lives in the Bay Area. So in the summertimes, my sister and I would visit him in the Bay. You know, that's like a popular term there, Hella. And I know they also say it in Chicago too, but that just came from my influence of like spending my summers in the Bay. So Hella Howard. But I'm super excited that people like really like the product, because when I made everything, it was just like, you know, I'm just gonna put this out here and see what people say.
Right. And I think, you know, in the creative process, when you have especially products, you kind of have to do that, because it's very easy to get in your head like, well, is this gonna be perfect? I don't know. So props to you for just putting it out there and just being like, hey, it's an experiment. We'll see.
Exactly. Oh, some people ask some questions. I'm not even following that. Excuse me, everyone. This is my first live.
That's okay. Welcome to Live, girl. Yes. Daryl Reed wants to see some of your products. We were getting to that, but yes, some of your products. And then
this is one of my best sellers, like Too Black. If you go to the website too, you'll see a lot. But Too Black is one of my one of my best sellers. And honestly, this is also a style that I know someone also mentioned about collaborating with other brands.
Yes.
I definitely want to collaborate with other brands, and I also want to collaborate with like other creatives, like with Too Black. I really have a vision where I want to do like a fashion, like kind of photography, like collection with it. Just like different people who like, yeah, different like people of the Afro diaspora wearing Too Black tea and just taking like still photos of it. I think that'd be dope.
Yes. If you want a collaborator, I am down to collab with you.
Yes. That's definitely something I want to do in 2021. Like just put myself out there more and collaborate.
And then can you stand up so we can see Too Black?
Oh yeah, sure. Too Black, yeah.
Yeah. So
this is the white.
Okay. And then it comes also in black with white.
It comes in black too. And I also have hoodies available because really when I first started, I just had the Crew Love collection. And I was like, I don't think people are going to wear hoodies because I don't wear hoodies. And that's one thing about being a business owner. You have to think about your consumers. Like everything's not about you anymore. So you got to like kind of shift. So I had to learn that as well. Because I was just making things for myself. And I was like, I don't wear hoodies, so I'm not going to put hoodies out there. But a lot of people requested hoodies. And that's also another like thing for me. So I have the Crew Love collection. I have the Hood Love collection. And my other bestseller, besides like the bulk of like the HU products, would be the HBCU bread style. Because I mean, there's a lot of individuals who have like, you know, siblings who went to HBCU as other relatives as well, are just other supporters who didn't go to Howard. Like you can purchase my HBCU bread style.
Right. And then what's your website so people can go check it out?
Yeah, it's frothepeople.com. So it's FRO thepeople.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But there's things on there for everyone. I mean, my styles are also unisex as well. So I know a lot of my population, my consumers would be female, but women. I definitely have some there for men. People buy them for their boyfriends, their brothers, their fathers, their siblings. And then I also have a children's book on there too. So that's another thing that I want to get involved with for next year, is incorporating a product mix that also, like, you know, something for the youth, something for tea drinkers. I have a separate site where I sell CBD hemp tea.
As I sip my tea, you literally said that. I was about to sip tea.
Yeah, so that's just one thing. I have like different products out there. I feel like COVID, for all creatives, well, most creatives, I feel like the COVID crisis put us in a position where it's like sink or swim. And so we just unleashing like the creativity everywhere. And I feel like my friends, as a business owner, you have to have friends who will listen to your crazy ideas and give you like positive feedback like that. Nope, sis, try again, you know?
Yeah.
But having friends who support all my crazy ideas and my projects, it's also, it makes me feel warm inside. I really appreciate it because I always got something going on.
Awesome. Now are you doing the actual font treatment and everything yourself? You're designing it all as well?
So what I do is, that's another thing about like being a business owner. You have to figure out like what you can and can't do, you know? So I design everything myself. Then I partner with the manufacturer, like, you know, a production team, they print it for me.
Okay. Nice. So what have been, you just briefly mentioned like COVID, kind of like, you know, we putting everything out there. Yes. Have you specific either challenges or breakthroughs in COVID since we've been like home so much? Have you been like, ooh,
yes.
What are some?
I feel like COVID, two things. I mean, I don't know. It's good and bad. The bad thing was like when everything stopped, like supply chain was a mess because production teams paused everywhere. And so people are ordering things and like, you're like, well, it's going to get there like maybe in 4 weeks. And they're like, what? Like I'm buying something for the winter. It's summertime, you know? So, so I stopped the website for a little bit because I just don't want to deal with like all those problems. And I mean, just from an ethic perspective and just myself, I wouldn't feel right about ordering something and not getting it until fall or winter, you know?
Right.
And I kind of anticipate that may possibly happen again because things are starting to delay again just with holiday shopping. Yeah. My production partner is cool right now, but who knows what will happen if COVID, you know, picks up again next year. Yeah. But the great thing is, since we're home, all we have is time. So we have time to like fine tune our passion projects and release different projects. For me, in April, my daughter and I, we published like a book. So that was one thing we did. And then I also, in June, I launched a hemp tea company. So
Okay.
a side site for that. So I was able to like, start, knocking things off my creative bucket list.
Yep.
And like most recently in October, I added some affirmation cards to the Fro the People website. So just getting some things on there, just to see test things out really to see if it's going to make some noise and what I'm going to do next year with it.
That's dope. What are the affirmation cards? How did those work?
If you can see back here, this frame, these are like the different cover pages for it.
Okay.
So I have an obsession with magazines. So I kind of did the cover like a magazine page, and like there's a message from me, which is like the AKA letter to the editor. Mm-hmm. But they're great stocking stuffers too, actually. So if you can see here, like I have one deck that says I am not basic. Yeah. And that's basically a bunch of it's 11 affirmations for each deck. And it's just giving you affirmations that you can use for positive self-talk. Like, when you get in your days where you're just like thinking you can't do anything and you feel basic, but you're not really basic, positive self-talk. Another one is called Bag Lady. And this deck is another like deck of 11 cards, and it's dealing with blame and guilt. So just some affirmations to help you heal and forgive others who possibly hurt you as well. Wow. And I have some other ones, a little bit risky, but these are also for women as well. So this one's the Il Nana deck. So it's about sexual confidence. And then the fourth one is called Goddess in Real Life, Girl. And it's just about empowering yourself and then just seeing your potential, and being the beautiful being that you are.
Right. That's awesome. So dope.
Thank you.
So did you say that you began when you became a mother, or you were already sort of putting it together and then you became a mother? I was going to ask.
Yeah, I was already putting it together. Like, I almost finished FIT. I had her like in my last semester. So, I was always brainstorming stuff. I think like when I really got really interested in like actually like having a online store or something, probably back in 2010, because I had a website or a blog that I used to call Miss Fancy. Mm-hmm. So, and there I was like, just talking about different fashions and music and things I liked. I think I launched Miss Fancy in 2010. And then it took off from me just having a blog to me having like a little music mix podcast, and I had an aspiration wanting to be a DJ one time. And so I was just making mixes and uploading it to iTunes and things like that. So it's been a minute, but okay. I just feel like I got to the point where when it keeps you up at night, it's that time for you to go ahead and put yourself out there.
Yep, I agree. Well, that's dope. That's so dope. So what are you said the 2 Black you have is some of your most popular things. What are your newest drops that you have? I've seen you post some.
My newest drops, it's been a lot of Howard stuff actually. So my most popular newest drops would be Get You a Howard Girl, that crew.
Yes, I did see that.
Get You a Howard Girl, and then also Get You a Howard Woman. And then I launched some ones for the Philly crowd.
Okay.
So a couple of different crews as well.
Okay. Are you thinking that you'll kind of do multiple like different and cities and stuff like that?
I want to. I have Hella Happy that represents the Bay and some parts of Chi-Town. So I definitely want to, but I have to like know more about the slang and the jargon for each different region. But I definitely would love to, for sure.
That's awesome. Well, I think I mentioned this on the side, but not just me, but there are quite a few of us Detroiters who went to Howard, so we will gladly help you with great collection. Yes, for sure.
I would love that. I know in 2021 I want to do a lot of collaborations for sure with different creatives. So we can definitely chat about that for sure.
That would be awesome. I would love to. So I know you've started a lot of things. What do you have in store coming up in 2021? I know you want to do more collaborations. Do you have any new collection ideas or anything like that?
Well, honestly, what I'm going to do is I have the hemp tea, I have the affirmation cards, I have the children books. What I really want to do is basically consolidate everything together into like one cohesive company. And then that's one thing. So consolidate all my different projects. I'm not over here like just hyper mode everywhere. But then at the same time, definitely like do some collaboration projects. And I mean, on the top of my list is some of these collection campaigns with the fashion photographer. Because my friend, whenever she wears the two black tee in Brooklyn, she always gets stopped. So I definitely want to have like some kind of fashion photo campaign in
Right.
Brooklyn somewhere on a wall. Like, you know how you see those different things on like, you know, they have those different like photo campaigns on the wall somewhere in New York. Like, I just see, I have a vision of seeing Tupac there. I want to see a campaign collection like that.
Do it. There's one, I'm in Harlem, and there's one probably like around the corner. And first they had some Pure Moss, like their fall collection was up there. And there's another one now. I think it's an artist, like a music artist who's up there. But it's like a construction thing, but they just, the way they put it up looks so cool and like.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. And I mean,
Yeah.
I love photography, but I mean, I don't have like any photography experience.
Yeah.
I mean, what I normally do is I collect a lot of, I hoard, not even collect, I hoard a lot of vintage photos of like black people with afros. So that's another project I want to probably work on. But yeah, so many different things, but definitely consolidate my projects and do a photo campaign and then just collaborate with some different creatives are like my top three.
Dope. Okay. Let's see. We have a comment. Mad happy. This BK girl will rock it. So there's the next one.
Yes, I like that one.
Happy. Yes.
I like that.
That's dope, dope, dope. So you said that you were from Arizona, right?
Yep, from Phoenix.
So all of that, do you think all of those different influences, I think you mentioned your dad's out in California, in the Bay Area, like all of that has influenced your brand as well?
Definitely. I mean, I feel like my brand is definitely a lifestyle project because this changed 3 times already, you know, but I'm definitely set on For the People. But it's definitely grown with me, just from like starting with, you know, the simple statements to going into like having affirmation cards and things of that nature. It's grown with my lifestyle. Having a children's book because I'm a mother, things like that. And just my childhood, my dad used to go to he does imports and exports, so he used to go to the flea market a lot, and just seeing him be an entrepreneur at a young age and being at the table with him and like, you know, talking to people about the prices of things definitely shaped me at a young age of wanting to have my own business. I had my little flea market shop one day. So yeah, at an early age, I was always trying to like enterprise something.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so what do you think is one of the biggest lessons you've learned so far in this process?
Oh, you know what? I would say, because I'm an overthinker, but I'm also an introvert. So creatives who are like that, I would definitely say, one, when an opportunity presents itself, don't like harbor on like how it could go wrong and like just dig too deep into the details.
Yeah.
Go for it and go with the flow. And then another thing I would say is also like, you know, protect your intellectual property. You know, when you have something that you feel you'll grow with, make sure you copyright it, make sure you secure that domain, things like that. Even like watch who you have conversations with if you're not sure yet, you know?
Yep.
Protect your intellect there with your property and things like that. But overall, I would say go for it. There's going to be plenty of people, if you have an idea similar to someone else, who would say, hey, you know, someone's already doing that, but everyone's different. You have your own unique touch, so just go for it. You can always remix it later and do something different.
Yep, I agree. And I think that also goes back to what you were saying that you did. You had an idea, you had a product, and you just put it out. And it was like, it may work, it may not, but we're going to put it out, and we're just going to see how it goes.
Exactly, yes.
And that's a huge step, just doing that by itself.
Right. I mean, I think like the joy of it all is just like connecting with people who actually appreciate the products. I'm like, oh, thank you so much. Like, I mean, there's plenty of different things you can say are a success, but that like first transaction and getting feedback from customers who like your product, that's the joy of it all.
Yep. I can definitely understand that. So do you do children's as well? Like little
I
kitty?
started off when I had One Look, One Book, I did have like some small like young gifted and black tees for children.
Oh, nice.
I have to find a better that's one thing. Make sure you check your suppliers when you get into like stuff like this apparel.
Yeah.
I have to find a better supplier for like children's goods. You don't want to mess that up, you know? So There are a lot of issues with like, you know, sizing and like running out of stock because children goods, they go pretty quickly too. So once I find a better supplier, I'll definitely revamp that for sure.
Okay, okay, cool. I think it would be so cute to see like mommy, daughter, or father.
Yeah, and she's ready too. I did one style for her for Black History Month, and she's like, yeah,
That's
she's
it.
ready. She told everybody at school, my mommy made this. She was so excited.
That's so. After she like helps you out or watches you and kind
She
of.
does, yeah. That's why we did the book because let me just show the book. The book link is on my website. So if you guys go to my website, go to frothepeople.com, you'll see a link that says like buy our book. This is our book here, Story Time with Anaya. Anaya is my daughter's name. And it's just a collection of 4 short hand climb rhymes we created and we put in a book. But that's how I did the book. She's always watching me do something and she's like, oh, can I do something? And so we did the book together.
Oh, that's so cute. And how old is she?
She's 7.
Awesome. That is so
Yeah.
awesome. Okay. Last thing. It's a fill in the blank statement. You can fill it in with more than this little blank, but something from Fro the People is the perfect gift for someone who
wants to celebrate their Blackness and happiness at the same time.
Oh, that's good. And I think that is how I feel when I wear it, actually. So that's such a good.
I like that. Yes.
And I've been also, since the election, I've been extra pumped to wear my Howard stuff. So it kind of like ups that a little.
Yes.
I definitely agree.
And I don't even add color, but I was like, I'm adding color. I always add a little bit of color to whites and stuff.
Ooh, I was like, I like that. It's right.
Yep.
The white one? Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Well, do you have any last minute thoughts, words of wisdom that you would like to share? And thank you also for your time.
No, thank you so much. I really appreciate you inviting me for this conversation. I want to thank everyone who's watching me and everyone who supported my brand. If you haven't had a chance to support it yet, just go to frothepeople.com or follow me on frothepeople.co on the gram.
Yes, so many great products. Make sure y'all follow if you're not already following. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you.
Thank you.
About to switch over to the other guests, but I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, wait. Hold on. Don't leave. Are you still there?
I see you. Love Howard. Do something for...
Probably going to say, all HBCUs.
We do. We have a crew. It's called HBCU Bread. That's one of my best sellers.
Yeah.
I have a hoodie style and a crew style. I mean, it's great for families too. I mean, it's a great actual product if you want to do like a photo op. Like if people in your family have come from different HBCUs, my HBCU Bread is a good product for that. But yeah, I love all HBCUs.
Yes. Now that you say that, I was like, I have a lot of family members who went to HBCUs.
Like a lot of my family went to Texas Southern. Like I was going to go there before I came to Howard, actually.
Yeah.
But I made the HU choice.
Yes. Oh, and that was my cousin who asked. She went to Spelman too. So if you have any Spelman focus, she's definitely.
You know what? I do want to do a Spelman collab. I have a lot of friends from Spelman. A lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe I add it to my list for sure.
Okay, dope.
Get some cougar stuff in there.
Get it all in.
All right.
So much. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Let's see. Okay. Now we're going to add in Glenn of Woollylocks. Super excited. Let's see. Where did he go? Right here. Okay, so Glenn is joining. Glenn is my cousin. He is founder of Woollylocks. And we'll talk about what that is. What's up, cuz?
What's up? What's up? Gotta stay maxed up. Stay ready now.
I see.
Yeah, man. So it's my new baby, so I had to, represent.
Of course. How are you today?
I'm very well. Thank you. I hope you are.
Yes, I am. Thank you. I see we have some family members joining. So what's up, family? I saw Quinita. I saw Dana. I saw my parents, mom and dad. So we got some family here.
Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in.
Of course. And thank you for being my guest. I appreciate it.
That's what's up. No problem.
All right. So we're just going to get into it. So let's talk about Woollylocks.
Oh, my goodness.
It started, it can be, and even before you started with, like, what's your journey and your story? Like, let's talk about it.
Oh, my goodness. See, where do I start? Let's see. I went through a long journey. I would say I was an at-risk youth for a while. It took me down a long path to where I had to truly find myself. And in that process of finding myself, I came across new ideas, to actually protect the hair because I was growing my hair at the time and I didn't have anything to really protect it. So what I was doing was cutting off the sleeve of my shirt and putting it on my hair.
Oh, wow.
Kind of how I got the concept of a head covering.
Yep.
And so fast forward, I was tired of working my 9 to 5 job, and I was just meditating, praying just one day, just praying about, something. Bring me something, God, something different. I need something different in my life.
What was your 9 to 5? What industry?
Oh, industry. Okay, thanks for asking. So I was doing installation contract work for Time Warner Cable.
Okay.
Installing digital phone, wireless internet, and digital TV.
Okay. So you're
So
really different.
yeah, something totally different. I was in crawl spaces, under houses, doing things that would actually dirty my hair up so bad that I always need something to protect it.
Right.
Yeah. So a lot of that,
Okay.
it actually motivated me to create my own stuff because I couldn't go to the store and find anything that protect my hair. It was so long, and big that I had to create it myself actually. Just something to work for me.
Okay, awesome. First question, how did you come up with the name?
Oh, thanks for asking. Okay, so Woollylocks. When I was on my journey, I used to read the Bible in the Old Testament a lot, from the beginning to the end, actually. And in Numbers, in Leviticus, they would describe how the people look. And it was one verse in there that said it was a people with bronze skin, hair like wool, long like locks, which is actually a Nazarite vow.
Okay.
So I could always connect to that, relate to that, because it basically was talking about myself and ancestors. So fast forward when I was at home and I was like, I need something to do. In my mind, like a voice spoke to me and said, Woollylocks. And out of nowhere, just like I just had a deep thought and then it came to me. And so what I did was went to the Secretary of State and I created an LLC.
Oh, like, how long did it take you to do that? Was that like an immediate, you just had the idea and you're like, I'm going?
Yeah, before I was even making anything, I had the idea of Woollylocks. I said, yeah, let me go, make it a business. Because I had an idea, but I wasn't making anything.
Yep.
Created the company. And then I took my idea to my grandmother, which is our grandmother, Emma Stella Bass. I love her so much. She basically showed me how to sew in like 10 minutes, honestly.
Really?
It was like quick. I had some material. It was stretchy material, like swimsuit.
Yep.
Right there. And I said, this is what I want, Grandma. I would like to make this look like this, like tubular shape. And I want to be able to adjust the end, open it and close it. And she said, oh, that's simple, son. Let me show you.
Like, oh, that's simple.
Yeah, in like 10 minutes, literally. And I sit there and watch it, and I was like, you're right. That was really easy.
Wow.
So from that, I invested money. I had some family members who invested in my idea and gave me basically capital to start my idea. And I bought 2 sewing machines. One sewing machine had an embroidery machine in it, so I could basically, stitch it in, stitch logo
I
in.
have seen that before. I didn't know you had the logo and everything. Oh, that's nice.
This is old too. Yeah, I had like 10 shirts like this. I don't.
That is really nice. That's really
Yeah. So I got the machines. I would say, me and my wife, man, for like 3 months, just staying up late. I just, critiqued, and mastered my design of what she showed me in 10 minutes.
that's
So
That's amazing. So you hand make everything still.
Oh yeah, yeah. Check me out. I'm in the lab. I stay on the.
Look, there's the machines.
So, yeah, I stay in the lab. This is my working
Yeah.
area. Yeah, I sew on a regular. I've probably sold more than 20,000 pieces, to be honest. Yeah, I've sold a lot of woolly locks in 11 years though. So I've been in this 11 years. Yeah, so since 2009. Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know it had been that long. That is so awesome.
I know, right? Thank you.
Of course. And I'm trying to see what other comments. Maddie, thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. It's good to see you all as well. Yes. Marcia said so. So we're so glad to have you joining. Yes. Thank y'all for joining. Continue to drop comments and questions in there. So what inspires you and the different pieces? Because you started out with one style, but you branched out.
Right. So, what inspired me to make different pieces? Well, just coming in contact with different people. So, I had like a basic black and then a couple of different solid colors. But when I used to go to events, they would say, like, especially women, you don't have this, you don't have that. I'm like, okay. So then I just go to the fabric store and spend material and then go in the lab and I'm cutting here, I'm cutting there and just putting it together, stuff like that.
Yeah.
People asking for different things.
Right.
As well. And just making something or seeing something and saying like, oh, I can do this, I can do that. So like this one, I call this top hat because, it has the basic black, but on top, this is kente material. This is like,
Okay.
yeah. So at the end, like a Nefertiti vibe up here.
Uh-huh. Oh, is where that goes.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Yeah. I guess just people, requesting different things is how I started, making different things in my product. So with my product, so the head covering is my first product.
Yep.
And then I do headbands. So this is called a big band.
Yeah.
And silky, stretchy, of course. So it doesn't pull or break your edges. It doesn't give you a headache like what you buy in the store, of course. And then it could be slimmer and it can be slimmer than this as well.
My best friend last year, and she loves it. She loves it. She loves it.
I really get a lot of good feedback. I'll be honest with you. Since I've been in business, it's been a blessing, to actually have a creative spirit to make something and then take it into the public and they love it, So it's awesome.
Ayana, before you said that, listening to the customers, listening to what they're interested in and what they like, it really kind of helps infuse your creativity a little more.
Right. That's true.
One question that said, do you make custom pieces? So if I'm like, hey, I have an outfit, can you make this to go with that? Do you do the custom?
Right. So that's what I focus on. Everything is custom made. Of course, I have different prints, but custom for a child, if it's a small head, we could do the measurements like designer. Got a really big head, of course. If they wanted different colors, if they want to do maybe like their logo or they want to, some kind of picture on it, we could do that as well.
Nice.
Well, so I always say everything is custom made, honestly. Mm-hmm.
So let's see. We had another question that says, is your product mostly worn by people with locks or can it be worn by people with natural hair also?
Some good questions. Okay, so my product is a versatile product for anybody who wraps, ties, or scarves their hair. And if you have a bald head. I got plenty of clients who have bald heads that like to wear it maybe when they're working out or under their helmet. They put one on if they're riding a motorcycle or cycling. Okay. So it's really for anybody because, everybody have hair. Everybody has hair and everybody has a head. So wear Woollylocks head coverings.
Nice. And so the one you're wearing, it has a drawstring at the end, right? Didn't you?
Asking. I'll open it for you.
Oh, yeah. So if you wanted to have your locks out at the end, you could have them out.
Right. I don't know if you can see right here, that picture right there.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a natural fro like yours, big and curly.
Oh, okay. It's just a headband and it's up.
Yeah. So she has a head covering, and it's this size too. What she did was just scrunched it, all the way around and made it look like a wrap. So
Okay.
yeah, most of my clients are curly head women.
Okay.
But I have a lot of lock clients too. So, but yeah.
So how do you get in touch with not how do you get in touch with your clients, but I know a large part of your business is actually face to face, like at different festivals, and that the main way you kind of connect with your clients?
No, it's not actually. So the Most High blessed us with social media. Social media has really diverse the way I connect with clients all over the world. Um, so the grassroots marketing really is my number one way how I connect, because every time I go out into the public, if I see somebody who is a potential customer, I approach them grassroots style and I pitch my brand to them. But also, and I refer them to, I say, you can go to my website or go to Instagram. Everybody has Instagram. Well, most people have Instagram. And then
Right.
people, but yeah, so grassroots marketing, social media,
Mm-hmm.
have a website, and that's about it, I think.
Okay. And what's your website for people watching?
Oh, thanks for asking. My website is Woolly-Locks, woolly-locks.me, M-E.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was gonna tell you too. So I also have salons and boutiques. So that's another thing. I would do business to business
So,
grass marketing too, just to put it in their establishment.
right. So you sell to them and then they sell it to their customers.
Buy it wholesale and they sell it to their clients.
That's a great idea. So how has COVID affected a lot of the way, like your business process?
COVID, man. I always say COVID is a B. Really like it's just in the beginning, because I was always like going to a show probably every week or every other week
Yeah.
to make it happen. Shows bring in the bacon. Well, the vegan bacon, because we but yeah, it bring in the bacon, and it shut it all the way down. So it actually kind of stressed me out a little bit for like the first month. But when I was looking at my website, the sales had started going up and up and up, because people couldn't, connect with shows or in the streets. So they would just go online and purchase, which is awesome. And so I just started um, doing a little studying on marketing and how I could brand my business and do better with my social media marketing, and just started posting and
Mm-hmm.
whatever it takes online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope. I mean, you've done so much. Like I didn't realize it's been 11 years. That's amazing.
I know, right? Yeah, it's been a blessing, man. I give thanks every day, for the skills and the ability
Mm-hmm.
able to create right in my home. It's always been in my home. It started in my home, in my bonus room. I have a little office in my home.
Yep.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, I could take my machines with me and I could sew on site, at shows or at it.
That like if I you and I'm like, I want something with purple in it. You'd be like, well, I have this purple fabric. Come back.
Right.
And you do that.
Right. That's right.
Wow. That's dope.
Within 30 minutes to an hour. I mean, depends on how long the line is.
Right.
But
of course. That's awesome. Next question. What's next for you?
oh shoot, got another question. Rhonda. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, well, what's next for you? I got a couple things going on. I'll be honest with you. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I just started a company with expedited shipping.
Okay.
So I have a 2020 Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van, and I have my DOT number, my authority. So I really want to jump in that lane and get on basically move in freight from commercial business to commercial business. That's my thought process.
Okay.
But I'm always putting a lot of things on my plate. But this was like my next. This is my baby. This is my swim cap shower.
Cool. When I saw that the first time, I was like, it makes so much sense. And
Right.
I've seen it before.
Right. They used to always ask me for this too.
Yeah.
So this is like the last. No, this is not. Actually, this is not the last thing that I added to the brand. this is the second to last thing. The last thing we added to the brand was masks because of COVID.
Right.
So I do custom masks too, and my masks have a HIPAA filter in it. So filtrated. This is one that's a face covering mask. It has dark back. That one goes around the ears.
Okay.
So I just want to focus on promote my brand globally, reaching all corners of the earth, the world, and pushing it because I know that it's a whole lot of people just like me who can't really find anything in the store that helps protect their hair because it's so big, it's so long, you know, and things are not comfortable. They're not lasting. They're not, you know, have a lot of value in it. And so I'm just staying focused, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when we go back to the swim cap for a minute, because that was just, I'm just blown by it's such a good idea.
Ooh, this is my baby black right here.
Yeah.
So it's not gonna be tight, all small, you know.
Right.
So, I mean, long hair, big hair, even short hair can wear this because your head takes up half of it.
Okay.
And the rest, you know.
Like an afro. Like if I had a big afro, I could put that.
That's right. That's right.
So smart.
Yeah. Yeah, and it works too. It's a silicone. It just sucks to the head, like, you know, like a glove. And I recommend people squeeze all the air out so it don't be like a flotation device on your head, you know, pulling you along the way. But yeah, that's almost up there with the #1 seller.
That's dope. I understand.
It is. Thank you.
Yes. What's up to people still joining? I saw Verlanda join. I see Rock Solid Transportation join. So thank you.
Now, East Coast, that's my daughter.
Yes.
Yeah. That's my grandbaby.
Super excited to have y'all. What do you think has been one of the biggest lessons you've learned in all this?
Oh man, lessons. The biggest lessons. Customer service is very important. Customer relations is very important. Stay professional, you know, when you're interacting with customers. Stay consistent. Stay positive. You're gonna take a lot of no's, especially in sales. You know, you're gonna get a lot of people especially with me, you know, how, you know, my energy is, you know, sometimes people don't know how to take me, but when I open my mouth and come with that card and they're like, oh, okay, whatever. But, you know, don't be afraid, have no fear. Because it's a lot of times it's been like, you know, I've just spoken to somebody and then we have a little small conversation, maybe in line or something. And they're like, oh, because I'm always talking about my brand. That's one thing that I do for life. I'm always going to talk about my brand. But they're like, oh, and it might be a white person. They're like, oh, my husband have locks. I'm like, see, I would have never known that unless I spoke to you. Something just inside. Most I say, you better speak to this lady because she got me connected. Because he know my path. So, yeah, a lot of doors. I mean, I've been amazed. I mean, like, you know, I go in the airport when I used to live in Atlanta. I run into Rick Ross. I run into DJ Sam Sneak. I run into just Bobby Brown. I just run into different people and just, you know, I open my mouth, you know, and put my card and let them know, you know, this is my movement. This is what I do. And they be like, oh, you make it? You sew? You know, I get a lot of that. People can't believe that. Brothers can't sew. Right?
That was one of the questions or the comments earlier. They were like, how did you learn? Because most men don't know how to sew.
Right. Yeah. Emma Stella, she's probably not doing any more lessons at the moment, but I can teach you.
Okay. Let's see. Question: what do you consider, or who do you consider your competitors, or is your product unique that you don't have any major competitors?
Good question. Competitors. I don't really see competitors. I actually know people who make products for locks. I know them personally too. Like, so I've seen them in the same arena, you know, same atmospheres where we in there pushing our brands. But they're really not in competition because they don't make their products. Like, you know, not a designer.
Right.
They're not doing custom work, you know. When I come to the show, I put my sewing machines out. I got a whole crowd, everybody looking. You know, they're like,
Watch it.
oh, he made that? He so? You know, I can just hear him, you know. So it's just, you know, that separates us. You know, they're buying it from somebody who's making it. I'm personally putting my energy, my love, you know, into the product, you know, to make sure that it's something that is going to be comfortable, that is going to be nice, of course, for you, you know, because I made it for myself at first.
Right.
I told you that because what I was making it for me, you know, at first, right?
Right.
And I would just go into the public and people would say, excuse me, where'd you get that from? That's on your head. And I didn't even have business cards, but I make it. So then I started saying, oh yeah, I need to get business cards. I need to, you know,
They ask.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's it's so interesting because it feels to me like you were sort of like guided into your calling, sort of, or your purpose. Like,
I was guided
yeah.
through the high and the ancestors. Give thanks and praises to my grandfather, Willard Bass Sr., because when I was young, we haven't spoken about this, he was under his wing every weekend. And I used to go to the shop
Yep.
to learn. You know, he used to teach me. I used to watch him do his business thing, you know, and he used to teach me different things with the vehicles. And every other elder that was there, they used to teach me different things that stuck with me for a long time. And the entrepreneur spirit actually came from him directly. So, yeah, I just give thanks for my roots, you know.
That's dope. Yes, of course. Oh, no question. What differentiates your product from other products like yours?
Good question, Miss Durham. Okay, so one of my competitors or competition, I don't know, they is named Locksock. Now everybody, well, in the beginning when I started making my products, I did call them Locksock.
Right.
But the difference, I didn't know about Locksock then.
Okay.
It existed.
Okay.
So once I found out it existed, I changed my product from Woollylocks Locksock to Woollylocks head covering.
Okay.
So Lifestyle, it has an elastic band that's sewed in, you know, it's stretch around the head.
Right.
My material is this stretchy material, like it's swimsuit material, stretchy cotton material. So I don't have to add any elasticity to make it stretch. The thing about them bands, because I used to wear a dread sock, which is a different company, and the band used to lose elasticity within like a month, 2 weeks, a month, because I wear it every day, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm working in it and all of that, and it just wear out and it's gone. I can't put it on and just stay on. That was a problem, you know. So I knew that I wasn't going to keep spending money on him, and this was before I started making my brand actually. So I knew I had to create something that was going to last, that was going to work, you know, for me, you know. So that's how that came about. But so the elastic band, no elastic band. Okay, and then also what differentiates my brand is that my product has the adjustable drawstring. Now, it's open. Dress sock is all the way closed.
Okay.
This product is versatile. You can open and close it. You can have it open, or you can tie it off and totally close it and seal all your hair in there. So it's a universal product. That's another way that my brand is different from other brands. And what else?
And you make them. I mean, it's handmade.
Handmade, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. Handmade for sure. And anybody could wear it. I mean, I can make it for an infant. I have infant baby head coverings. Satin lining installs. A lot of companies don't do that. You know, I'm satin in any material. I can add a satin lining in it as well.
Oh, nice. Okay, another question. Where do you get your fabric?
That's a secret. I can't tell you that. Nah. I shop around.
Okay. That's fine. We can't let all the secrets out. You're right.
Yeah. I get it from different places. I mean, it's so many fabric warehouses. I mean, Google, but I started getting my fabric in the Garment District, New York. To be honest, I used to go to New York. I went a couple of times, and I think the first time I seen some stuff. I think the second time I initially made a contact with a person, with a company that I've been dealing with for 11 years. So now all I do is call They say, hey, Wooly, what's up? You know, they foreign. And, you know, I put the order in, whatever I need, or I send an email.
Okay.
And companies in New York, one in Queens, actually, and one in New York, New York. And then also I have like a whole bunch of online places because I shop around.
Yeah, it depends what you're looking for, I'm sure.
Yeah. And then locals like not Hobby Lobby, because I never bought fabric from Hobby Lobby, but I bought some things from Hobby Lobby. But Joann's,
Okay.
Joann's in Hancock, they used to have a Hancock, and Hancock used to have sales deals.
Always in North Carolina, Hancock.
Man,
From
it went out of business though, but
oh, okay.
have a lot of fabric for sale in Hancock that I would go get and, you know, get it at a cheaper price. So the New York, like in the New York people, there's more like wholesale. So with my signature material, which is the black, the silky black. Black is like the first material I ever started with.
Okay.
It's silky black and it's stretchy. I buy it from them wholesale at bulk, so you have to buy like 100 yards.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
buy like yards. You know.
Yeah.
Have other things that you can buy 1 or 2 yards, of course. But yeah, I think they just did me like that because I've been buying it from them for so long.
Yeah.
Honestly, they didn't tell me that though, but I think it. I ain't sure. It's all good. Is that another question?
Yes, and we still have
Dang.
Join. What's up, Tremaine?
I'm nervous. All these questions.
These are good questions, though.
It's great question. Go ahead.
Okay. Do you market to high school students because there is a lot of people who would love it?
You know, I really want to market to high school students because I love you so much, brother.
Love you, Tremaine.
I market to anybody. First of all, I don't even whatever the word is, but I market to anybody. But I want my children to actually get there because I have one in high school. Because of COVID, it's more like online now. But I try to get them into, you know, because they see what I do. They've been seeing what I do for years. My son was a baby when I first started his company, and my daughters was a little older, so they always been around me and been with me. Mm-hmm. But how to market to high school students is, I guess, the question. I used to go to like football games or whatever, and everywhere I go, I'm passing out my cards. For the most part, it's parents. But if I see like a boy with locks or a girl with locks or whatever, teenager with braids, fro, I do put the card in the hand, tell them to check the website, go to Instagram. But if you have any ideas on how I can market to high school students, I'm open to that. Peace, Queen. This is one of my wholesalers right here. She's been selling my products, Miss Levine.
Yes, she said great.
Ghana, yeah, for a long time. She actually sells them to Panthers football players.
Oh, no.
I know, right? Yeah.
I feel like
deal.
Okay, I got another question.
Another question.
How are you focused on expanding your brand and getting into retail stores? You've got a great product here. We need to create that generational wealth.
Oh, okay. I'm always working on a generational wealth. That's important.
Mm-hmm.
I did approach like Walmart. They have so many different guidelines, stipulations that you have to have. There's no excuses though. But I really would like a professional to take care of stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Because I do a lot of, like, I do everything from buy, make it, sell it, you know, and that would just be more on my plate. No excuses. I need to be focusing on stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I really want to pass it off if I could and pay somebody to do it, you know. But
and then delegate, and especially because you do so much, it's like you want to focus as much on the part you love if you literally have to do every single piece of it. True.
Yeah. So I think I think Walmart would be a good place because every time I go to Walmart, I always see us in Walmart, honestly. And there's a couple of others like Target, a couple of other companies that they have certain regulations and guidelines and all of this red tape, but it's just a process that you have to kind of like a lengthy process. You kind of go step by step by step. Mm-hmm. But I get like discouraged, when it comes to stuff like that. But I mean, it's something you need to do, actually.
Yeah, and also, I mean, I think though it makes sense to be thoughtful. You don't want to you want to align with stores that actually would value the product, not just like, oh, money, but like, oh no, this will really help our customers. So you want to be thoughtful in who you do connect with to potentially, you know, sell your product. So
Right.
hey, if it takes time, think about it. Don't slack on it, but no need to rush, I say, personally.
Okay.
But I'm not a pro in that area. That's just the suggestion.
Right. Gotcha.
Okay, so I have a fill in the blank for you.
Uh-oh.
The statement.
Mm.
Something from Woolly-Locks is the perfect gift for someone who blank.
Wrap ties or scarfs their hair and are sick and tired of their bonnet coming off when they're resting, are sick and tired of tying their wrap to where it leaves that line in your head and give you a headache.
Yes. Or it has the line when you're trying to go out the house and you still got
Right, the indentation in your forehead. Like, I'm like, come on, you got to get a Woolly-Locks. I see that, you know. I know you see it too. But, you know, just for anybody, you know, anybody who just wants something that's creative, that's from us, for us, and others. Yeah, I guess that's it.
Yeah. Janae Levine said Walmart takes enough of our coins.
I know that's right, yeah. You right, you right. That's why I focus on beauty salons and boutiques. You know, I'm trying to get into barbershops too. You know, I making something for like the waves and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right, she's right. So if anybody got any ideas on that, you know, let me know. But it is a big world, so you know, when you think about promoting your product or getting it into different cities and towns so it can, you know, people can see it and, you know, take advantage of it. These stores are everywhere. So
And
why
you're your main representative. Like you're the one going to all the cities and all the shows, right? Like you don't really have other people.
that's right. I'm the only one going. But that's, I mean, I could hire other people and, you know, my family comes with me sometimes. I'd rather it be me so
Yeah.
they can, you know, meet the creator. We can build, you know, the relationship, make a connection.
Mm-hmm.
They spend money and then they'll just come right back to me, you know.
Yep.
It makes it more personable, you know, experience.
Yeah.
And I kind of like it that way.
And you can connect with the customers directly.
Right,
That.
right.
Let's see. There was a question. Oh, do you make products for children? And do you only have head coverings?
I do make products for children. We do head coverings. We do headbands. And these are silky, stretchy headbands, by the way. No, it's not going to pull or break your edges.
Mm-hmm.
This is and
Ooh,
we do swim cap, shower caps.
such a genius.
We did. This is a custom. This is a custom woolly. This is hot on the press right here. This is a mesh one that's breathable, so your hair can breathe. Okay. I also do arm sleeves. I call them arm coverings.
Okay.
Leg coverings. I have people use it for lymphedema, cancer, for eczema, for sports.
Okay.
The jumper, you know, sweat. They don't run down. And also do wraps, head wraps.
Okay.
Also do Rasta crown. This is a hand woven knitted with an adjustable drawstring. Okay.
Did you make?
Nah, I didn't.
I didn't that part.
I got a queen mother in New York who actually hand makes those for me. Rasta queen, and she's an elder too, and she is very, very positive, and she has a lot of great energy. And so we met actually when I came and I've seen you. I met her then.
Summer, last fall.
Right.
Yep.
So I just added that to the brand. I got a lot of stuff, man.
What's behind you? What's this? Is it pink or mauve?
Yeah.
Yes. What is that?
Oh yeah, this is my glass mannequin head who's rocking the unconditional love head covering.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah, all the hearts are pretty hearts in this. It has a drawstring, of course. But yeah, this is a medium size unconditional love. And you know, we do all kind of prints. This is an indigenous print.
Wow.
This is the shorter version for the short hair.
Mm-hmm.
This is an African print. You know, so
Nice.
the children can wear any of my products. and it's about 5 or 6 different products, and I also have some essential oils for your scalp, rosemary, peppermint, blessed oils. There's no chemicals in it, and then we do
What's
Tahitian.
what's the benefit of the essential oils for your scalp?
So if you have dry scalp, dandruff, breakage, it also helps with headaches, with anxiety, depression,
Mm.
rosemary. So yeah, it just, it soothes it. If it's dry, it's a lot of benefits to it, things like that. And then the Tahitian coconut, I actually put that on my locks. It smells really good, no chemicals, but you can wear it from head to toe.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and we do have a website. If you
Yeah.
want to go to the website, I know somebody was asking about the website thing. It's woolylocks.me, Miss Levine. I think you already know that. I need to place an order ASAP. Yeah, I really appreciate that. It's been a while.
And it's Woollylocks, WO and WL. I mean double O and double
Yeah. So like wool. So let's because I know y'all went to college and so wool and then LY locks, Woolylocks.
There we go.
Yeah. And the hair like wool, long like locks. It's a Nazarite vow. That's where I got it from. The copper colored people in Leviticus and Numbers in the Old Testament is where that woolly locks derived from.
So another question, do you personalize with names?
I do. Thanks for asking. I do personalize with the names, with pictures, with logos, anything, everything custom. We try to give you what you need, what you want, for sure.
Well, dope. Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know we've been here for a while, but
Quick, that was quick.
I know
Good.
it was so quick. So do you have any last like words of wisdom, what we can expect, anything else you'd like to share?
Yeah, words of wisdom. So if you have a dream, if you have an idea, I think you should definitely pray on it, meditate on it. Don't really share it with a lot of people, at first until you get it going, get it off the ground. But just focus on it, and build, create your own lane from just working a job,
Mhm.
uh, create a lane to where it can benefit you and your family for generations and generations to come. It's very important. Entrepreneurship is the way, is the key,
Mhm.
definitely.
And I know we mentioned earlier generational wealth, so it's tying into that. Like,
Family does.
do you think you're going to pass this on to your children? Are they like trying to be next to you in the sewing machines yet? Are they there?
Oh man, they're not there 100%, but they are. They have been cutting material, like, because I get it on rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like I told you, I got to order 100 yards, so I do have them like prepping, kind of, like cutting it into patterns or
Mm-hmm.
bag orders. So they do play a part. They go online and go into the USPS or whatever, put in the, create the labels, of
Mm-hmm.
course, printing labels, and at shows, they pass out business cards, they take money,
Okay.
tag the orders. So yeah, it's just definitely something that I'm passing along to the next generation. That is very important. And I tell them this all the time, and they know it. So my biggest thing for, because I know they like money, like every other youngin, they want some money. When I come home from shows, I have a lot of cash, so I let them count it.
Mm.
See,
Right.
Daddy was
The whole
with
process, literally.
5 hours. Yeah, he made this amount of money, and then I show them the difference between working a job 40 hours a week, okay, and this is what I made in 5 hours. This is what you're gonna make if you work a 9 to 5, $10 an hour, stuff like
Right.
that.
And I think too, it plays into your passion. Like you're passionate.
Right.
So even if you're up late and getting up early to be at the shows or sewing all the way into the middle of the night, like you're passionate about it. So it doesn't feel like work versus like the other job you had when you're like climbing under people's houses and you're like, yo, this is not it.
Right. True. Yeah, this is my passion. Give thanks and praises. Yeah, man, I know you gotta go. It's so much I could talk about with that, because It was a point in my life where everybody, well, not everybody, certain people who was really important to me was asking me why I was growing my hair,
Yeah.
and I didn't know at the time why I was growing my hair.
I was gonna ask you what inspired you to start.
Oh, thanks for asking. Yeah, so I didn't know when I started growing my hair. I didn't know why I was growing my hair, and then I lost a very important person in my life, and so I cut my hair, like
Mm.
cut it off to refine myself, and then I started seeking I don't know, information. I started reading the Bible basically, and then I came across that verse,
Mm-hmm.
and then it all, and and I started growing my hair back,
Yeah.
and I back then because I said, oh, this is me, this is my people, I need to have this lion mane, I need to have a hair full of woolly locks,
Yep.
and yeah, so I'm just grateful because I know my people is looking down on me and smiling and happy because I turn it into basically a dynasty.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah,
And I feel like you kind of are like in your calling or like your purpose. Like,
right. That's right. Living my purpose. That's the truth too.
yeah.
Yep. Yep. Every man, woman, and child should cover their crown. It's very important.
Mm-hmm.
You And ancestors like Nefertiti, I know a lot of people know who Nefertiti is, kept that head covered. It looked just like this right here.
Yep.
Had the head covering. And I came across that information maybe a couple of years ago. I was reading Egyptian Book of the Dead,
Hmm.
and it said that they wore head coverings. And do you know that was like my heart? I was like, oh
Like,
my God.
spoke to you.
Oh my God. For real? So I don't know.
Yeah.
Gotta tap in. You
Yep.
know?
I think it's like you're just aware of everything. You're aware, like, when something speaks to your heart, you're not like, oh, whatever, push it to the side. You're like, no, something I'm supposed to be paying attention to.
Exactly.
Act on. And also, what was super impressive is you said as soon as you got the idea, you went and like got your, you
Right.
right away. Like I did photography for, I would hate to say 10 plus years.
What?
Oh, I should register my business. Oh, I should register my business. Oh,
Right.
like it took me forever to register
What?
my business. And so the fact that you just did it before you even started creating products is amazing. That's like so dope.
It's because I heard the voice. It was so distinct
Wow.
in my. I was like, and I was all the way like in the deep blue sea. I was way out. Like I was on this meditation and praying thing for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like I said, I went through a long journey. I had time so I could just do certain things just for me. And I learned a lot in that process. And yeah, I was just tired of getting up every morning and going to work for somebody else.
Yep.
And so that voice spoke to me. And that's that God within, honestly. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, man.
Well, I am so proud of you. I mean, I know but I'm super proud of you. And I loved hearing this story because I have not heard a lot of this. So this was insightful to hear your journey and just like, I mean, it's dope. It's amazing.
Thank you, cuz. I appreciate it.
Of course. I love you. Hopefully we can see each other soon sometime. I don't know.
You too. Yeah, we have to set that up. Me and my wife been talking about that. So we
Yeah.
definitely have to set that up, where we could do something, everybody.
Yes, that would be great. Hey, Shell, I saw her join too. What's up, girl?
Yeah, she's all right.
All right. Well, thank you so much. One more time, how people can get in touch with you. Oh, my mom says she's proud of you too.
Thank you, Auntie. I really appreciate it. I love you so much.
Yeah. So one more time, website, how people can stay in touch with you, how they can order for the holidays if they're trying to order gifts.
Okay, woolylocks.me. There's the Woolly Locks right there.
Oh,
.me. The website we just popped it back off because I had to do some reconstruction with the company. It was a long journey, but yeah, it's up and running. You can order from it. It's a Shopify website now, and if you're on IG, Woolly Locks on IG, and I post everything online on my IG, and not everything is on my website, but it will be soon.
all right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you being a guest and love you. And I'll talk.
Take care, cuz.
Thank you everyone for joining.
Have a good night, y'all. Peace.
Bye.